Throne and Liberty is one of the most anticipated MMORPGs of 2023. Or at least it was, after new information has come to light, specifically concerning how autoplay the game is and how much of a mobile-esque MMO it feels like. Player interest in the game is plummeting. With this in mind, we're gonna go ahead and take a look at a video titled Throne and Liberty is the worst MMO I have ever played, originally uploaded by Nico Too Low. I'll include a link to this video down in the description below if you want to check out the full video. Before we go any further, I just want to take a moment here to thank all of our incredible patrons. You guys allow me to continue to play games like this for a living, and I can never truly repay that kindness. Also, if you're interested, I stream over on Twitch every single weekend. You should totally come on over and join me. I will note immediately though, before we go into the video, the UI here is enormous. The map, the quest list on the side, all of the buttons, the action bars, this feels like a mobile game. And it's not supposed to be. And this guy's got to have his settings on like the lowest possible settings, right? Because this looks absolute shit.
Hello guys, we're currently in the middle of playing Throne and Liberty, and as you can see, it's high action, impactful combat, and we're currently cheering on my character because I can't even do anything anyways, so we might as well give him moral support with the clown wig so he can kill.
Even the animation for the characters, look at how disconnected his head is from his body.
Give him moral support with the clown wig so
it looks
we can
horrible.
Kill some wolves a little bit faster. Okay, so we've been playing this now for almost 2 hours, a little bit less than 2 hours, maybe 1.5.
The animations for abilities are absolutely horrible. I feel like this is a PS2 game. There are PS2 games that have better combat animations than what we're seeing right here.
And as you can see right now, the game is playing itself. I'm doing a quest right now. I need to kill brutal wolves, and I don't have to do anything. First impression, this is the worst game I've ever played, and it's not even close. This is just an absolute insult on every single level. Okay, as you can see, I'm playing on the lowest graphic settings possible because anything else doesn't work. My PC isn't that great.
Okay, so he is playing on low settings.
I have a 1070 Ti and everything else is around that level. But if I play BDO on like high settings, I'm doing fine. If I do it,
so it's very unoptimized. He can play Black Desert on high settings, but this on high, no, it just ain't working.
Like anything above low here, I can't play the game. And then it looks way worse than BDO 2, right?
Agreed.
On top of that, as you can see, the combat is literal dog shit. It's designed to be autoplay combat. You cannot move while doing anything. You will just stuck in place. It's basically RuneScape combat.
So once you activate, once you begin the auto combat, you lose complete and utter control of your character. You can't move, you can't use abilities yourself. It is in complete control until you disconnect the feature.
But worse.
That is fucking horse shit.
I didn't think you would ever hear that in your life, but it's basically RuneScape combat but made worse. Looting system is obviously designed around pets again.
This is a Korean game. They are always designed around having the pets loot for you, to just have an egregious amount of items thrown everywhere around the floor to pressure you into purchasing a pet, because they know you're not going to want to run around and manually click every piece of loot.
The entire game is kind of designed around autoplay. I mean, as you can see right here, this is the full UI down here is autoplay. This thing here that you see, astral hunting is what they call it. The other button here is just go to a random target and attack it. So like even the auto attack is kind of autoplay-ish. The rewards you get for quests that you have to collect manually through left clicking them like this feels like,
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, having a left click to receive your rewards isn't a big deal. What I do see being a big deal is the fact that you can just complete your quests anywhere without having to run back to the quest NPC.
like a mobile game as well. There's a battle pass. There's a cash shop that gives you buffs, which I would assume the buffs are important because then you autoplay and you have buffs up. So
I mean, it's an Asian MMO. Even Blue Protocol is gonna have a battle pass, so
your autoplay is faster and so on, right?
That's perfectly fine. And I guarantee you the battle pass or the cash up is going to have extensive amounts of pay to win available.
Yeah, first impressions, this game is the worst shit I've ever played in my life.
It looks bad.
Playing, obviously, so maybe there's something good to be said eventually, but
like he's saying that this is the worst MMO he's ever played, but the reality of it is this isn't the worst MMO he's ever played. This is the worst MMO he's actually not played. He's not playing this at all. He's watching his computer play it for him. He's not playing it. He's watching the game play itself.
So far, this is genuinely embarrassing.
Agreed.
That 12 years of development time has gone to this. I have no idea how that happened. I have no idea what happened. I don't know why Amazon would agree to publish this. I have no
because they're greedy.
Clue how this is even like a thing. Maybe I'll add one more point to this. You guys remember all of the old school MMOs that were like free to play, like cash grabs, like that wanted to ride the WoW hype train back in the day?
All of them?
You know, all of those free to play games.
Like Ion, like Rift, like Terra.
Gameforge, Gamigo, all that trash. Those games are genuinely like 10 times higher quality than whatever this is.
Yeah, because they're not autoplay.
We have reached a point where there's a developer that is making a game for 12 years, and this is what they come up with. Like, I don't know what the hell happened, but literally the free-to-play trash MMOs that people played that couldn't afford WoW back in the day are 10 times better than whatever this is, and it's not even close.
I will note here, originally, before this became Throne and Liberty, and this was, what was it called? Lineage Eternal, I believe. It was designed as a top-down isometric MMO that looked exactly like Lost Ark, but with even better combat. It was targeting Lost Ark as a main competitor. Look what happened to it. And this guy's head is just, what the fuck?
And yeah, Blue Protocol's delayed for this. I don't know. Also, for the people
Right?
curious how pay to win this game is, basically there's a battle pass that gives you, a bunch of items, just like including the actual in-game main currency you get from the battle pass. If you
That's
go over
not
here, the season pass. As you can see, you get coins here.
I mean, that's kind of how a lot of battle passes are in MMOs, even in competitive games as well.
Potions, you get buff food, and I'm assuming all of this ties in.
It doesn't seem that bad.
Stuff, because as you can see here, the buff food is 10 minutes long. So I would guess that they want to
see, as long as you can obtain these items in game, I don't really feel like it's really pay to win.
Sell you buff food that automatically refreshes itself while you're auto battling.
Yeah, I think that's really dumb.
And that's probably what the monetization model is. They're trying to monetize as much of the auto battling as possible. So the more you pay, the more the more you get out of the auto battling, basically. Yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll have some follow-up videos probably when when I've learned more about the game, if I can bear it without uninstalling it already. So yeah.
Well, let's be honest here. You don't really need to uninstall the game because the game is going to continue to play itself for you. All you need to do is let the game continue to play itself, and then after days of it auto-playing, after hitting level 30 or 40, you can take a look back at the game and then reevaluate your thoughts on it, how difficult it is, the features. This game is complete autoplay. Like, at the end of the day, you can push so far through it, letting it push through itself, letting it play itself, letting it explore, auto path, engage enemies, level up. There's almost no input required from you. I think if that is actually the case, if that is the case long term, and it's not just with regards to early level monsters and that the difficulty doesn't scale exponentially, making it impossible to utilize autoplay at later levels, That is a horrible design choice, and that will be an immediate nail in the coffin for Western players, because Western players are not fond of autoplay games. And based off of what we see here, based off of the immeasurable amount of autoplay present, based off of the disgusting looking UI and the horrible looking graphics, this game is going to be a dumpster fire, which is disappointing given we've been waiting over a decade for this. Now, if Throne and Liberty isn't your kind of game, absolutely no problem. I got you covered with 2 different videos on screen right now that might be of more interest to you.